Julio Ferreira, in charge of the camp, raised both the American and the French flags in our honor. The latter flag was for our hunting companion, Paul Robiney, Chief Geologist for Cabina Gulf Oil Company. After sleeping then during the morning, we decided to collect a red lechwe, which were quite abundant in the area. Having come off without a proper hat, I borrowed a pith helmet from the colonel, which made me look quite the colonial type. Unfortunately, I only succeeded in wounding a lechwe on my first attempt, and he swam the river and escaped. My second effort was more successful. To the area appeared to be quite nomadic and changed their residence with great frequency, depending upon the rainfall, amount of game, and so forth. Most of them either exist by fishing, hunting, or both. Being able to carry your entire household on your back must have some advantages. Here, let me introduce Senor Silva, our so-called white hunter. According to his own account, most of his experience previous to receiving his license as a guide was shooting at night, and we quickly discovered that he had little real hunting ability and even less courage. We were rewarded on our second day with a magnificent 57-inch kudu bull collected by Paul Robiney. He had already broken a wire snare some time previously, so he had apparently used up most of his luck. Wire snares are quite commonly used throughout Africa for trapping game and account for many more head of game each year than are killed by any other form of hunting. Bad luck continued to plague our little expedition. I knocked down a very nice kudu with my .30-06, but he bounced up like a rubber ball and took off. Now we're tracking the wounded kudu. Here you see me inspecting a blade of grass with a spot of blood. Although the nights at this altitude are extremely cold, near freezing, this is a typical desert-type country, and during this time of year, at midday, it is about 110 to 115 degrees in the shade. As we said before, the people in this area were quite nomadic and change their abode periodically according to the rainfall. We stumbled upon a new village being erected, and everyone ran away when they heard us approaching. Unfortunately, we finally succeeded in luring a few of the women back. This tribe was the most ugly we had ever seen. Here's Paul's red lechwe. Lechwe were abundant but difficult to get close to. Hazel had never done any big game shooting before this trip, and this Sesame was her first real trophy. Unfortunately, we didn't mount this trophy as this species is now protected in many parts of Africa. We gave the Sesame to this woman who had a very young infant. We understood her to say that the baby was only 3 days old, but it was more likely 3 months. We collected 2 zebra mid-morning. Since it was a very time-consuming job to skin out the zebra, we had a late breakfast and then a siesta.